Today's video is sponsored by my Patreon. Check the link down below or go to StockSurfS.com/Patreon to join. You get all my buy, sells, call outs, morning update videos, more access to me throughout the day. Again, all that's on Patreon, link down below. Now, let's get into the video. So we had a pretty interesting day in the stock market today, guys. We had the S&P 500 break even. The Russell went down 0.1%. We had the Dow up 0.6% as the NASDAQ 100 went down 1.3%. So today, you guessed it, we got to break it down. We have to talk about some stocks. We have to break down some charts and my thoughts on the market. So sit back, relax, hit the like button, subscribe, get your 2 stocks from Webull and your $50 from M1 Finance, link down below. And with that being said, let's get right into the video. So take a look, guys. We talked about this earlier, but I'll mention it again. SPY, which tracks the S&P 500, hit a brand new all-time high today at $479.98. And if I pull up the intraday chart, you guys can see we hit that all-time high this morning, and then we sold off pretty aggressively after that to about 476.50. We saw a relief rally back to about 478. That was at about 11:30 a.m. on the East Coast, and then we saw another dump. We took out the lows from previously. We got down all the way to about 475, and that is where we saw a ridiculous rally all the way from 475 into the close of the market. Pretty much we got all the way back to almost 480, and now that I'm looking at it, geez, what happened here, guys? We hit 479 with 10 minutes left in the session, and then all of a sudden, this thing actually collapsed from 479. Now it's trading at 477.50 after hours. So what I'm personally noticing here on the intraday chart, and you guys could probably see it clear as day, we're noticing an inverse head and shoulders, right? We have the left shoulder head, and now here we have the right shoulder as we are holding above 477 after market hours. So this could be setting up potentially for a move to the upside, maybe tomorrow, maybe at some point later this week, to the point where we could end up seeing the right shoulder complete anywhere from 479, maybe 480. Maybe we end up breaking above 480, hitting another all-time high. So I would consider today, even though SPY went down just a teeny tiny bit, I would still consider today a pretty good day for the bulls, as the intraday chart looks good for the bulls, the 20-day chart looks good, and the 4-hour chart also looks good. And when it comes to triple Q, let's pop that up and see what's going on. We obviously collapsed under 400 earlier today. We talked about that in my video, and we're noticing some buyers stepping in right around the 180 SMA on this 4-hour chart, which is a good sign because, like I said in that video, I'll say it again, if triple Q breaks 395, we're probably going 390 flat. That would be the next downside gap that would fill. So the fact that we are seeing buyers stepping in despite the fact that this went down 1.3% on the day, that is a very good sign. And let me see what's going on the intraday chart. We can see kind of a bottoming out at about 394. We closed the day on a nice rally, which is a pretty good sign. So for tomorrow, guys, and for the rest of this week, quite frankly, we got to watch 395 on triple Q. And again, when it comes to SPY, we have to see what it does on the intraday chart with that inverse head and shoulders. So let me know your thoughts. Drop me a comment down below. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you guys are finding value in this video. And if you want daily update videos on the market, stocks I'm looking at, all that good stuff, make sure to subscribe. This is the best YouTube channel for you. So with that being said, let's talk about some stocks now. And like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, the tech stocks didn't do well today. NASDAQ 100 did not do well today. We had Apple down over 1%. We had Google down 0.5%. We had Amazon down close to 2%. We had Nvidia down, AMD down, Tesla was down. So NASDAQ 100 did not do good, but the Dow stocks did do good. We're going to talk about some Dow stocks to kick off this video. Number one is Caterpillar, which is ticker symbol CAT. This stock went up over 5% today. And if you guys remember, I actually drew these trend lines out a couple of videos ago. We had a descending triangle forming here on CAT, and we had two gaps to the upside. One was at 217.18. The other one was at about 225. And take a look at what happened. We broke out of the moving averages. We took out the resistance of the descending triangle. We filled the gap all the way to the first level, 218. We closed right around 218 today, again up 5%. And I think, honestly, guys, this is going to gain momentum out of 218, probably to 225, which, again, was resistance in the middle of August. That's the next gap. And if we break 225, which is very possible, there's a wide open gap on Caterpillar here to the mid to low 240s. That is where it could get to over time. And I don't want to jump the gun because we're not yet above 219, let alone 225. But I'm just letting you know, if things continue heating up with these Dow stocks, tech suffers in the short term, maybe we see a rotation more into these Dow stocks, Caterpillar could do very well. Another one that's a Dow stock here is American Express, ticker symbol AXP. This one up over 3% today, and as of now, it is well above not only the 50 SMA, but it clearly broke above the 180 SMA as well. And we're noticing it's taking out, it did take out the multi-week resistance at $169, $170. We closed above $173 per share. So by the looks of it, AXP is breaking out. There's a wide open gap here up to about mid-high 180s, which could be another 10, 15 bucks higher from where we are now, or in other words, 8 to 10%. And if I pull up this yearly chart, you guys can see AXP is clearly holding an uptrending channel. And again, we're breaking out of the moving averages on the yearly chart, and like I showed you on the 4-hour chart. So this looks like it's continuing the uptrend. There's going to be more momentum, in my opinion, in the short term. And we do have a dividend payment coming up. When is that? On the 6th, so 2 days from now. So I wouldn't be surprised, like I've said before, when companies pay dividends, typically the stock price goes down a little bit on that day. It pays the dividend, and then it usually recovers. So I wouldn't be surprised if, now that we're overbought, dividend payments coming up, I wouldn't be surprised if we did see a mini pullback, maybe $1 or $2, followed by a rip later this week, heading into the following week, next week, with earnings coming up later this month. Let me see, when's earnings? Earnings are on the 25th of January, so 3 weeks away from today. So keep your eyes on the momentum building with Caterpillar and American Express. Cisco is another one that's finally seeing a little bit of a pullback here. This went all the way to $64 recently after breaking out of this wedge that we're noticing on the 4-hour chart. And we called this out, by the way, guys, not to toot my own horn, but we did call this out. This thing went from 52 bucks in the middle of November, and that was under 2 months ago. It went all the way from $52 to $64, and now today it went down 3%, rightfully so, considering it's gone up pretty much in a straight line over the past 1.5 months. So we're pulling back. We broke under the 50 SMA, which is fine. Now we're heading down to the 180 SMA, which is anywhere from 58 to about 60 bucks. And now we're trading at about 61.20. So I do think there could be more downside on Cisco in the short term, but I do believe as well in that same breath that we will be getting buyers stepping in. And wait a second, did they just pay a dividend today, guys? They did. Proof is in the pudding. Look at that. They paid a 37-cent dividend today, and the stock went down a lot more than 37 cents. It went down $1.91. So I'm telling you, there could be a recovery in this one. Watch for people buying the dip. So keep your eyes on Cisco, CSCO. The next one that we've called out a lot on this channel, and I personally think it's setting up for another move, is Amgen, ticker symbol AMGN. This one up 0.5% today. Nothing crazy, up over $1, but I really like the way it's forming an ascending triangle. Look at this. We have clear resistance over the past roughly 3 weeks at about 230, but in that same 2-3 week period, we've been uptrending, right? Higher lows have been made since the end of November, early December. So we're squeezing deeper into this triangle as we are, again, today seeing a 0.5% green day. So in my opinion, Amgen is getting ready for a breakout above 230. So for that reason, I'm going to put a $230 alert for Amgen here. If it breaks out of there, I'm thinking 237 in the short term is where it could be going. That was, or rather is, the next gap that I'm seeing here, 237, 235 roughly being support from the end of April, also throughout May, into June as well. So that's the next big gap I'm seeing. So I'm telling you guys, put your alerts at 230. If 230 breaks, Amgen probably could be going towards 240, 237, 240. So that's what I'm thinking there. The next one is Facebook, also known as Meta. And I do believe weren't they supposed to change their ticker symbol in December? I could be wrong on that. Let me know in the comments, guys. When are they supposed to do that? Maybe at some point here in January or February. I have no idea, nor have I been tracking it, to be honest. So maybe I'm out of the loop. But overall, whether it's Facebook, FB the ticker, whether it's something else, who gives a crap at the end of the day, right? We're looking at the chart here, and the chart looks pretty solid, at least to me. Just like, what's the other one that had an ascending triangle? Amgen, right? What we just looked at. Facebook also has an ascending triangle. It's in an ascending triangle. Look at this. Clear resistance. We've seen clear resistance over the past 2 months at about 350. And during that same period, ever since actually about a month ago, we've been making higher lows. So clear resistance at 350. We've been uptrending into that resistance, squeezing deeper into the triangle. And I'm going to put my alert at 350. Let's put it at 355 for Facebook here. If 355 breaks, this probably will fill the gap or show some sign of momentum up towards, let's say, 380, 385. That is by the resistance point from the end of July. You guys can see 375 is where we peaked out end of July. And if we break that point, 384.33, that is the all-time high from the end of August. So I'm telling you guys, Facebook gains momentum quick. And if you didn't know, I track the same, I don't want to say all the time the same 10, 15, 20 stocks, but I do keep a close eye on about 20, maybe 20, 30 stocks. And I watch them religiously throughout the years at this point. And I kind of have an idea, a good sense of how they move. And I'm not always right. No one's always right. Don't let anybody tell you they're always right. But I do have a good sense of how stocks like Facebook move, how stocks like, Caterpillar, Tesla move. And that's why we nail a lot of the call-outs. Not all the call-outs, but a good chunk of them, we nailed them. And I'm telling you, Facebook, as long as we hold above 335, break into the 340s, above 355, this could do very well. So keep your eyes on it. The next one here is Realty Income, ticker symbol O. This one up 1.5% today. And this one is kind of looking like AXP. You guys remember American Express? It's been holding an uptrending channel for quite some time. It's breaking out of the moving averages. It's the same thing with Realty Income. We're holding the bottom of the channel. Well, that was a couple of weeks ago we held it. We broke out of the moving averages. We're now noticing a golden cross, the 50s crossing above the 180 SMA. And in my opinion, this is gearing up for a move probably towards that high from the end of October, 74.60, maybe even higher than that. This could show momentum to 75, 76 per share. And I actually do have a real estate investment trust, a REIT video coming out in the next couple of days. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that, because real estate, you don't only have to own real estate, you don't have to just go out and buy a single family house or a duplex or a triplex, whatever. Sure, that is a way to do it, but you could also buy real estate investment trust. You can do, what's the other one? You can go to Fundrise, which is not a real estate investment trust. It's something a bit different, but I want to break down with you guys some real estate investment trusts that I'm looking at right now. And again, make sure to keep an eye out for that video coming out over the next couple of days. So that's Realty Income, ticker symbol O. And the last one for today's video is LH, Laboratory Corp, which we did call out the breakout on this one a couple of videos ago, probably a week or two ago. And it ran all the way to 317. And now, which happens a lot, guys, we got some profit taking. We got some selling. LH got from 317 and went down from 317 all the way down to about 288, 290 now, which is right by the trend line here, the uptrending trend line that has held over the past couple of pullbacks. So if we hold 280, 290 or 288, 290, which we are now, and the 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart, we could end up getting a bounce back on this, especially if we start getting a confirmation of a breakout above 295, which was resistance in the middle of November, all throughout the middle of December. So if we hold 290, which we are now, and we start breaking back out above the mid 290s, where I'm going to put my alert at 295, this could really start gaining some steam, maybe back to those recent $315, $320 highs. So I'm going to put my alert at 295. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Caterpillar, AXP, Cisco, Amgen, Facebook, Realty Income, and Laboratory Corp. And today is a great example of a day of why diversification is important. If you're all in tech, you probably got hit today. But if you have some money in different industry sectors like oil, financials, which both of those did great today. JP Morgan up 4%, XLE up 3.5%. And by the way, we called out both of those yesterday. If you have your money spread out, which a lot of people have different strategies. Some people think diversification sucks. Some people think you got to be concentrated in one particular sector. It all depends. But if you like diversification, a day like today kind of weathered the storm for you, because again, financials did well, energy did well, and I own some energy. I don't really own any banks directly, but I do own them indirectly in ETFs, and of course I own tech as well. So again, if you're diversified, it weathers the storm in times like today where tech got hit. So let me know your thoughts. Drop me a comment down below. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you guys found value in this video. And check out my Patreon if you want all my buys, sells, call outs, morning update videos, more access to me throughout the day, plus more. All of that's on Patreon. And now that it's the beginning of the month, is the best time to try it out. Give it a shot. So join, use the link down below, or you guys can go to StockSurfest.com/Patreon. Make sure to also get your 2 stocks from Webull. Use my link, deposit any amount of money. We each get 2 stocks, and you guys can get $50 from M1 Finance. Use my link, deposit $100 with M1 Finance. We each get some free money. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. I'll pop one up here. I'll see you guys there. Thanks for watching. As always, keep crushing the market. Stay safe out there. Peace out.